everybody! So I realized a while ago when my parents pointed it out over our conversations on Skype that I haven't made a video in months, and I'm not gonna lie, it is partially because I couldn't find the motivation. I did have time, but my mind was so stressed out that I feel that time was better spent relaxing and making sure that I was okay and planning and getting everything done that I did need to do, and then taking care of myself as to making videos. So I do apologize for that, but I'm hoping to start up again, and hopefully you guys are still willing to watch. Okay, so things that have happened since my last video. It's been quite a lot, so I'll try to keep it brief. I visited Barcelona, which was absolutely fantastic, and the south of France, and I will try to get clips of that into this video. Whether I'll put them right here or at the end, I'm not really sure, so just bear with me on that. Also, I started and finished my second semester in studying French, and it was great. It was a lot more difficult than my first semester, but you know, that's to be expected because we're working on more things. Unfortunately, as soon as I left, I felt like I hadn't made much progress because I immediately went to go stay with family again, and even though I tried speaking to my native French-speaking family, it was still so difficult, and I had to pay attention so hard to understand everything that they were saying. And luckily, I've been staying with them for about a week now, and it's actually been improving my French, I think, in the past week more than the 2 semesters did. But, I mean, I wouldn't say that the 2 semesters were useless at all, because they weren't. They were amazingly helpful. I have a much better grasp of French grammar and spelling and pronunciation than I ever would have if I was just learning orally. But speaking is always the best way to learn a language, and I don't think that there's any way to replicate that. So after finishing my French, I actually went somewhere. You might notice that my background is different, and that is because I am currently in Nantes, which is a city on the complete opposite side of France than Dijon, which is where I was studying. I'm staying with an aunt here, and she's been nothing but hospitable, so I'm very thankful to her for having me in her home and taking me to go see everything. It's super fun. I have a couple pictures uploaded, so I'll try and fit those in here. Another thing that I did is I went to London. There was a 2-week break, kind of like a spring break during my second semester, where I just went to England. I was traveling by myself for the first time. It was really exciting. I got to see so many places. I got a really big confidence boost because not only was I able to speak my native language again and completely comprehend everything that was happening around me, but I also got really confident just being by myself. You know, I ate at a restaurant by myself for the first time. I ordered tickets by myself. I booked not really hotels, I booked hostels. But, you know, still, traveling by yourself, even though I did make a few mistakes along the way, it was amazing. And I spent 1 week just in the interesting parts that I felt needed to be seen of England, and then I spent another week in London, just solely London, to see the sights and everything there, and it was so amazing that I ended up wanting to move there. So, surprise! Yeah, I'm moving to London. I wasn't really expecting to like it that much, because usually I'm not a big fan of huge cities. Like, I love visiting San Francisco, but I would never in 100 years want to live there. And I don't know why, but I loved London. Maybe it was the confidence boost that I got when I was there, or maybe it was the people, the food, the sights, everything was just amazing. So I really loved it, and I realized that as much as I would love to fulfill my dad's dream of me living in France for the rest of my life, I think it's more important to go with what I think will make me happy. And honestly, if I'm close enough to visit my family in France, including my parents when they eventually get here, and still be able to live somewhere that I feel amazing about myself, I want to do that. So I'm gonna try moving to London and working my dream job, which if you don't know is as a flight attendant. I would very much like to be a flight attendant. My main goal is British Airways, but I'm just pretty much applying to every airline. And I'm just really excited. I've never done anything like this before, you know? It's weird. I'm in this place where I'm terrified of making a wrong decision, because if I do that, I'm an adult now, and I have to deal with my mistakes, and I have to deal with consequences more harsh than I've ever dealt with before. But at the same time, I am so done with school, and I'm so looking forward to being able to making those mistakes. And I don't know, it's weird, because one part of my brain wants to stay exactly where I am in this huddled little shell that I know is safe, and then the other is just like, no, you need to get out there and yeah, experience life. And it's weird, and I know it sounds so cliche, but it's true. Anyways, so let's see. I covered Barcelona, the semester, London, future plans, and to be honest, I think that's it for right now. I'm currently looking for an apartment and a job in London, both a job with an airline and a job to support myself until I get my dream job. But so if you have any recommendations on how I can go about doing that, or people that you might know, contacts in London. As of right now, I really only know one person in London, and she is amazing. First of all, she's totally cool. I met her while I was visiting there for the 1 week that I stayed, and but you know, she's got her own responsibilities, so I am getting a lot of really helpful advice from her, but I don't want to burden her too much. So if anybody else has any pieces of advice or comments, or just little tidbits that you want to get out there, please comment down below, like my video, and subscribe to see where this goes. Hopefully a good place. Okay, bye! Okay, so we're in Barcelona, and apparently this is what hot chocolate is. It's essentially chocolate pudding, and it's delicious. There you go. Thank you. Where are we, Laura? In
Barcelona.
yeah, and it's freaking amazing. Look at it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna picture all of this, or I'm not gonna be able to capture all of this in photos. This is absolutely gorgeous.
I get dizzy
Yeah.
looking up.
Because it's so beautiful. Ah. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous.
So untraditional.
Right?
여기서 봐봐. 내가 블루 사진만 찍고.
Those are the doors we just came in. Okay, now I'm gonna go actually see this thing for myself.